All right, so I'm taking you guys right along the journey on this machine with me. So I think when I did my 360 turn at the end of the last video, popped the track off the front idler there. So I gotta take the track off, get it back on there. And I noticed these guys. That one's loose, that one's loose. And the bad part is I don't see it really. It starts engaging something right there, but I don't know if it's going to grab some threads or not. We'll check it and then I'll throw some Loctite on it and go through and make sure that the rest of them are okay. Maybe even pull them and Loctite them. So far, that's it. Operational, oh man, fantastic, smooth, powerful on the tracks. I mean, she didn't hesitate on the drive on the tracks. Sounds great. I like the volume. I like the track sound with the sound card in there. So that's pretty cool. But boy, I tell you what, that bucket grabs a load of material. So far that's good. Let's get these repairs going and finish up from there. All right, so we're gonna get started with disassembling the track. And it looks like there's just a bolt on. So there's our nut. Which one I'm working with here. Oh yeah, nice. All right, so it's a shoulder bolt. So that is pretty nice on this machine. There's a plus for it. Yeah, I don't think that 360 turns probably the wisest thing to do with as heavy as it is. So I should probably be a little gentler on the turns on it. All right, I got it through. That's not bad. A little bit of strain on my hand there, but not bad. Now the fun part. Oh, and you probably noticed, but it is a nylon locking nut, which is fantastic. right, that's it. Okay, track's fixed. Now that's the front screw that come out of there. So now we'll address that issue. And so I think for that we're gonna have to probably plug it in and get it fired up so I can get some rotation on here. And have to move that machine to the back here. So let's get that thing moved a little bit. Okay. I think that should give me enough access. Back end was a little bit oily after finished up. Because the bottom here, let's see if you can see that. Yeah. So the bottom here is a little gap. And so any of the oil that's inside leaks out the back of the machine right there because the tank's a gap. In fact, let me show you. So you can see the gapping right in here. And that's, so any you can see the oil right there, in fact. So any oil that leaks from the inside of the machine looks like it's just gonna push through the back and leak out the back right here, which is all right by me. It'll let me know if I have a bad leak pretty quick inside. And I don't know, I gotta look and see how much oil's on the inside. I don't know how much of that's from the original oil that was in there, but it looks like I might have some new oil. There's definitely a bit of oil in there. Get our absorbent towel. Soak some of that up. Get it in there, let it set for a second. Yeah, it's pulling quite a bit of oil, so we'll probably open this hatch up again and see, it don't look bad right down in there. So maybe there's not a leak. But this level here did not maintain either, but I still have oil in the bottom one. But this fell out. However, we did not have enough oil in the tank. Figured that out once I got it on a slope. So we're also going to add more oil to it. I'm probably going to do maybe up to 2 more of those big, huge containers. I don't know how many cc's in that container that come with it, but I'm gonna top this tank off. All right, so let's get our radio fired up here. Nope, I haven't fixed that yet. All the switches got to be in certain position, but it tells you which switch, which is nice. Okay, reach in here, turn it on, 12.1 volts. Okay, so let's give it some rotation. Let's not knock off our radio. Bring my radio over here. That'll let me access this one right here. Let's see. I'll need something short, so we'll go with this guy. And let's see if that grabs some threads up in there. Don't feel like it. It's a small grab, like maybe like grabbing one thread, and it's slipping, so that's why those are coming out. So far what I found is their threading, their tapping has a lot to be desired, and I get it. This metal is hard to tap, it's sticky, it's nasty, it's worse than aluminum, whatever metal they're using. But I mean, it's barely grabbing anything. And so I don't know, so if we look at how far up that's going, see, it's barely reaching the bottom. Do it over here. So let's see, that would be flush. Whoop. Get it again here. This is at an angle, so it's hard to hold this where it would be flush. Lose that real quick. You can see it's barely going to be up into this plate right here. So I think that might be what it tapped, is into that plate right there, and she's barely holding onto anything. So I want to be careful with the rest of these and make sure that they, you know, that one's solid, that one's solid. I've got a little oil dripping out of it. So we'll check that front one. We'll get some more rotation going. But for this, you can see that's probably what's holding all of that top plate together on here. So I'm gonna get some Loctite on it. We'll go some blue. Quiet now. I love the radios just sitting there chirping at you. Either use me or shut me off. Hey, one thing you got to do though too is remember to charge your radio. If this blue doesn't hold, so I'll need to remember to check these pretty often. If the blue doesn't hold, then I might have to go with the red or something on it, or dig really deep and I don't like it. I don't like it. I think I'm gonna have to dig deeper. What I'm gonna do is put a little pressure on that and see if I can't get it to go a little bit more. I got a little better bite. I still don't like it. I mean, that's not even like a full thread grabbing. Probably just gonna pop. All right, let's rotate this thing some more. All right, now I think I can access this. Let me make sure you guys can still see. Yeah. All right, so grab my other one over here. Just check it too. Yeah, I mean, they're not really wanting to grab anything up in there. Huh. There, it found a hole, but it's not grabbing anything. Oh, man. Yeah, so I imagine it's probably tapped into this plate, but that plate is probably stripped. So for now, I just want to, I don't know, might as well just leave them out, really, until I tear into it. I'm not going to tear into it quite yet, even though I should. Yeah, you can see I'm pushing up on the, get it to find its hole up in there. Yeah, I don't know, workmanship could have been a lot better, especially for the price. Sure, it could have been a lot better. But again, low expectations, so don't expect much. When you don't get much, you're still happy. All right, now it's holding for now. We'll just watch that. One of my indicators will be that thing will drop out and probably catch the track as it's turning. But hopefully that Loctite will provide a little bit of hold on it. But those are definitely either stripped out or they're stripped out, period. Because you can tell when it's finding the hole and then it just pushes on through. So maybe I want to tear into it anyway. I want to see how all this is mounted. Because, oh, check this out. Let's see if I can get it to focus on it. You see that wire right there? Pinched. Oh, I'm afraid to put too much pressure on this because I'll wind up popping something off like I did the step. I'm going to push that wire back in. Alright, so let me get a small screwdriver. Yes, radio, I hear you. Okay. Yeah, those are just for looks. So I'm thinking, I'll show you what I'm thinking. We'll see if I'm right when I go to do it. I think this plate comes out. Take those couple screws out of there. And then I'm thinking that these will kind of slide out and up. I don't think they're screwed in or attached. I think they just slide into place. That's my theory. We'll see. Maybe not today, but we'll see. All right, so I know we're a little backlit, so I apologize, but I wanted to show you guys a couple things that I've noticed with this machine too. So with my arms fully raised, so that's full extension here, full extension, of course I'm at dump. So I got a negative angle on the bucket. So if I'm up at my full extension, it's going to drop material out. So I wish that scoop would scoop a little bit more so that the teeth were closer to the arm up in here. So right there will hold most of your material, but that's almost, and that's not very much height right there before you start getting where you start losing material. Right there is probably maximum, where I still have a little bit of negative or positive angle on it, and then it's gonna just start dumping. So that, I think I would be happy with a little more height with that, because if you get a big scoop of dirt, I mean, everything that's piled up here is gonna start falling out. It's a good mining tool though. So if you're all the way out or your furthest reach, that right there, which still isn't very far. This is all super short. Short arm, short boom, and I mean, right there we're almost level. So if I have a big scoop, I'm still going to be losing some of that dirt over the edge with my furthest reach. So everything's got to be, you know, kind of close in. If I'm loading a truck, it's got to be pretty close, or I'm not getting my full scoop loaded in there. And then the other thing with the short arms and everything, let's see right here. That's it. So I don't have a real deep reach with it. As far as sub-machine level, let's see what the difference is. So we're at, 24 3/4 inch to the bottom of the teeth. So let's call it 25 maybe. And 33 to the bottom of the track. So that's not a whole lot. It's not even 10 inches below. About 8 inch at the most, where you'll be scratching the surface below. So even though it's a digging machine, which I don't know yet, it works in soft material. But even though you have all that power, you're not going to be digging deep holes. So you're going to have to dig to where you can get the machine in if you want to keep going down. So that's one of the, I wish I had a little bit further reach for as tough as it is. But now that shorter arm, shorter boom, that's going to give you even more power out of these cylinders. However, at only 102 pounds, will I be able to utilize that power in those things? That has yet to be seen. So those are just some things I noticed with it. Aside from running out of oil on the slope, everything seemed to work fine on it. Alright guys, so I've got my fluid added, and here's the final results. So I added 1 at the beginning and thought that would be enough. It wasn't, especially on an angle. Level, no problem, but once you start getting angles, it starts sloshing in the tank. You start running out of fluid, going to the pump. Pump's pulling from this side of the tank. You can see right down there. So that's where the pump pulls from. So sitting at an angle, it doesn't pull enough fluid. I just added 3 more full ones to the line right here, and then just this little bit, and that got us to about this level on the tank right here, which is just a little bit below where our fill hole is at. So it sounds more solid now. So that's 4 full ones total to go in there to fill this up. I shouldn't have any problems no matter what angle I'm at. It should always continuously get me oil to my pump. The other good thing with the volume of oil in here is the oil is going to cool more efficiently. It's going to have less to cool, so it's going to cool it, mix it. You're going to have more volume of oil, so your oil's not going to heat up and hold the heat as much. So that's cool, having the cooling fan, having that volume of oil that should keep this machine operating on a continual basis, even when it's 90, 100 degrees outside, no problem. So that's that. I think she's ready to go. I'll get this plate put back on here, and then I'll just take you guys along as we start doing more upgrades. Battery, I think I only got 35, maybe 40 minutes of runtime out of it. I'll have to look at the video, because I had a freshly charged one in there, and I wound up throwing this guy in there midway through. So I'm thinking about 30 minutes of runtime on a 5000. My plan is to pair a couple of 5000s up in here, run them parallel, so I got basically a 10,000 milliamp pack, and more than enough room to fit that in here. I could probably fit 3 batteries in here with ease, and I could go all day running it if I wanted to, a couple hours at least. But anyway, so that's the plan for that. There's a lot of modifications that I already want to do, need to do on this machine, as well as some finished stuff from the factory that I need to fix that they didn't do, including getting some glass in the cab here. I am gonna message them and see what they have to say about the glass, see if they have the glass kit that they just didn't put in, or if that just isn't something that they do. And then I'll let you guys know when I find out on that, if this was just a fluke or if that's what you can expect. I said one of the first things I was going to do before running it was seal up my stickers. I was impatient and ran it, but just the once. So I'm going to just wipe it down real quick with a little alcohol. Be careful and don't rub into the edges. You want to rub away, because otherwise you're going to get some peel up action going on. And what I want to do is, I want to seal the whole thing, but really make sure I focus on those edges. So I just got some Tamiya clear. I'm going to go with the gloss on it instead of the flat. We'll see how that looks. I'm just going to go real heavy on the edges, and I'm going to kind of work that into that sticker. Now my sisters really are going to say I'm Bob Ross on this equipment. That's all right. I've been called much worse. Oh yeah. I'm just trying to get a nice edge built up on that sticker. Even if it seeps into it a little bit and gives me a little darker edge, I'm all right with that. Just as long as it will preserve the sticker. And what I might do is get some pictures of this and see if I can get some vinyls for it and replace these with vinyls. So it'd probably be a good idea to take a picture of it while it's nice. Gonna go over that whole thing. This should help it to last, though. Probably as long as this piece of equipment will last. That's fantastic. Beautiful. All right, I like it. I'm going a little bit more on the bottom side right here. Just a little more happy. Seal up juice on it. Yeah, that looks good. And any place where normally will pill up, so like that's a critical spot there, so we'll go thick right in there. Brush that out just a little bit. Go thick right in there and right back here. The areas where you'll start losing your detail the most first. That looks pretty good. All right, so now I want to take my thinner, just lightly wet my paper towel again, thinner, my alcohol. And let's rub this guy down. Okay. Now we'll take our clear coat and we'll start working this one. Right in the edge, yeah. See this corner right here? It's already trying to work its way up. So I'm gonna give it some extra special attention. We're gonna work away from it first. I'm gonna let that set for a little bit, and then I'm gonna hit that again. That's one of those corner areas that will start giving you the problems first. Especially since I'm grabbing the boom for lifting it. My hands are all over this thing. And if they're greasy hands, it'll just exacerbate the problem. Something like that. Make it worse. Oh yeah, I got it nice and thick. Almost a run. Right back here. That's beautiful. That's what I want, just a nice thick buildup on those edges. Seal it up. Alright, now we'll just go over the whole sticker. And then we'll go back to that top corner. Nice and thick with it, and then spread it out. Yes. And looking at it, the sticker is slightly semi-gloss, I would say. And so you can see if you missed any spots on it. Okay, now we're going to take and we're going to go a little extra thick right up here in the corner. Just dab it in. I want it to create a bridge over that to seal that up. Okay, and we'll just kind of feather that bridge in. Take it down around this corner right here. Okay. Now I want to let that bridge dry. That all looks really good. Looks like I got good seal all the way around that. Fantastic. All right. Next, I'm gonna go after that big cat sticker. So you can see it's peeling up right here, the corner right here. Look at that. That's it. So what I want to do is just dab a little bit first off, and kind of use the clear coat as kind of a glue. Get it in there, let it get tacky, and then we'll fold it back. And it won't take long for it to get tacky while we're doing that. I don't want to forget my alcohol, so I want it to stick really good. And some of these stickers got kind of greasy. And really it's primarily the edges that we need to get, but if I get it all, then it should last longer against the oils and stuff that will get on it. And it will get oil on it. Okay, so fold those edges up, just working that way. All right, now let's start with sealing this edge. Nice. We got a nice bridge built up. We'll probably hit this again. That corner's still a little bit. Get some more in there. Still wanting to peel out, so we'll let that sit for a minute. Tack up again. Get these extra in there. I'm gonna go real thick on these edges right here. And that's all right. It's clear coat, so you get a little bit on your other part of your equipment, it's not gonna be that noticeable. It's going to be more noticeable if that sticker pulls up. Now I could take this apart and do this, but I might hit it again when I do take it apart. But until then, I want to run it very soon. And that edge is not wanting to stay. Get a little tackier here. Yeah, last thing I want is these stickers to get bad. That is one of my favorite parts of this machine, is how detailed it comes with the actual cat stickers on it. It looks fantastic. And I don't want to get that clear coat in those hinges. I'll open that door up a little bit. Yeah, just put it right on the edge of that sticker. Now I'm going to go to the back side where that hinge is at. Sticker is. Okay. And even if I do get some on the hinges, it's not going to be strong enough to have much effect on it. That's starting to stick there now nicely. Throw a little bit more on there. Now I adjust my angle so I can see better. Get it at the right angle and you can see right where you've got it and where you've missed it. And on the face, it doesn't have to be real thick. Just want to coat it. If I've got an airbrush, I could airbrush this, but this clear coat is a little bit sticky. brushing it on. To work down over here now. Oops, I got a little bit happy with that. Clear coat on that brush. Those edges there real good. I got a little drip of that here. Clear coat. That'll be alright. If it's paint, I might have a bigger problem. That looks nice. I'm gonna do one more down. Just working right behind that rail. Here. Here. I mean, it ain't gonna look any worse than their paint if you get it on there. They got a few runs on some of their paint. But I'm not a perfectionist. You guys know that. It only has to be good enough. And I would say so far, this machine is good enough. There's some things that impress me on it. There's some things that I'm very unhappy with. That could be much, much better. But overall, I would say satisfied. I'd give it 5 stars, despite the issues, just because it's manufacturing. These things are probably hand built. I know they're hand built. This one, once I put the order in, they started building it. At least I hope that's what took so long. So, you know, human imperfection, minor flaws, I can look past that. As long as the overall is a good value, I can deal with it. And I would say overall, so far, just running it once, so far, I'd say good value. I'm happy with it. All right, I'm gonna get alcohol. We'll do these 2 stickers here, and then we'll call it good. I'll just do the same to the other side and to the back. Back's gonna have the same issues with some of the sticker already wanting to pull up. We'll get in here. And just remember to be careful when cleaning it and wipe away from your edges, because man, especially like this paper towel will catch it, and then you'll be very unhappy because you messed up your sticker. So when you get it, don't sit there and rub back and forth. Like this one's coming up right here already. Let me get some alcohol on that one. This edge is starting to work up. So you can't see that. Let me move the camera real quick. So this edge is working up, this corner. I mean, so it wouldn't take nothing, just a couple little scrapes on that, and it'll rip right up, because it's just paper. That's it. Just paper. Like I think that's some paint, some black paint. So make sure you're not too wet, just light on the alcohol so it doesn't soak into the paper. Okay, all right. So we'll just do one more quick little round here on these. And then it'll probably be time. My brush is starting to get a little sticky. Build that up on those edges. Those big stickers, that's a lot of paintbrush with this small paintbrush. Nice. Some nice thick sealing lines in there, especially on the corners. Yes. Oh, fantastic. Thicker there. Just gonna brush up and out on that one. But really get nice and thick on those edges. Now that big sticker has dried a little bit, as soon as I finish going over this one, I'm going to go back up there and check those corners. Yeah, that looks really good. I like it. Okay, I'll go back up in here. Oh, careful, careful. Okay, and then just get that real good there. Nice and thick. Add more all right in through there. A nice thick line wherever that sticker will have a tendency to want to pull up. And that should help hold it together. So we'll want to monitor it too as we're going. The longer you let it go, if you see a problem, the worse it's going to get, and fast. Alright. So if you see it starting to peel, do something about it. Even if you have to cut a little bit off of it because it's coming out, you know, get it while it's in the black so you can paint some black in there and hide it. But you don't want it spreading and getting into the rest of it. Okay, so now we'll get this last guy right here. Nice thick beam across there. Oh yeah, just like that. Get it in here on that corner. Let that tack up a bit so you can push that corner down. Feather that in here. Feather that in a little bit. Get it really thick before it tacks up too much. Yeah. Corner real good there. Nice and thick. A little bit more in here. Yeah. There we go. We'll need to pay attention to this corner too. It's really wanting to booger out, dog ear on us here. We're gonna make sure that guy's sealed up really good. Same with this bottom corner over here. Good sealant on that. Those would be corners I really want to watch for, especially since those are high handle areas. Let's go ahead and finish this sticker out. Yeah, what would really impress me is if these were vinyls. Oh man, I would give rave reviews just for that. My Komatsu didn't come with any stickers, I had to buy them. They were good stickers that I got, but the machine didn't come with nothing. Neither did my Volvo. So again, that's why I'm happy that this actually came with these stickers. All right, so we'll call that good for now. I gotta clean my brush, but just go through and just do that to all your stickers if you want. It should help them to last longer. I guess only time will really tell. But I'm hoping to keep this looking nice, scale-wise, with the stickers as long as possible without them tearing off. Still look good without them, just looks even better with them.